Friday night, December 20th, 1996. A Blockbuster in suburban America. Fluorescent lights hum overhead. The air smells like popcorn and plastic VHS cases. The line at checkout won't stop moving. Tonight, you're stepping inside Blockbuster in December 1996, when Friday night meant driving to the store, when 9,000 locations seemed unstoppable, and before anyone imagined streaming. By December 1996, Blockbuster operated over 4,500 stores across the United States. The company reported $3.9 billion in revenue for fiscal 1996. In this Getty Images photo, you can see the blue and gold storefront that became as recognizable as McDonald's Golden Arches. To 65 million active members, Friday night meant one thing: Blockbuster. Families piled into cars after dinner. Kids raced toward the candy wall, while parents scanned new releases. This wasn't passive scrolling. This was the ritual that started the weekend. The business model was simple. Rent a VHS tape for $3.99. Return it. Repeat. But here's what made Blockbuster a $3.9 billion empire. Late fees. When customers returned tapes late, the company charged $1.50 per day per tape. According to the 1996 annual report, late fees generated approximately $800 million annually, higher margin than the rentals themselves. Yet even at this peak, something was shifting. Netflix didn't exist. It would launch 4 months later. DVD players cost $600. High-speed internet was still a luxury. The model seemed unshakable, but the cracks were forming. This reconstruction is built from licensed archival photos, SEC filings from fiscal year 1996, and documented footage from the era. By 1996, Blockbuster stores followed a precision layout, roughly 6,000 square feet divided into zones, each engineered to maximize browsing time. New releases dominated the front. 20 to 30 copies, each of Independence Day, Mission, Impossible, Twister. Behind them, genre sections stretched toward the back. Action, comedy, drama, horror, family. All alphabetized, all with bright yellow shelf talkers. If you like speed, try Broken Arrow. Walking on a Friday evening, and you'd be hit by the atmosphere immediately. The rhythmic beep, beep, beep of barcode scanners. The rustle of plastic VHS cases being flipped to read the back. The mechanical whir of industrial rewinders behind the counter, processing 20 tapes at a time. The air was cool, overworked air conditioning fighting body heat from 50 customers. The smell was distinct. Fresh popcorn from the concession stand, the faint chemical scent of magnetic tape, and that new carpet smell that every Blockbuster seemed to have. A customer approaches a counter with 2 VHS tapes. The cashier scans a membership card. Beep, scans a first tape. Beep, handwrites the due date, December 23rd, 96. That's $11.97 total. Due back Monday by midnight. Late fee is $1.50 per day per tape. Have a great weekend. Transaction time, 60 to 90 seconds. Behind the cashier, 11 people wait. On a Friday night, a busy store might process 700 to 1,000 rentals between 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. This wasn't just retail. This was a Friday night ritual that defined a generation's relationship with movies. Parents negotiating with kids, The Lion King for the 4th time, or try Pocahontas. Couples compromising, rom-com tonight, action next week. The weekend started here, not with a click, but with a physical hunt. Friday, December 20th, 1996. Opening weekend for Jerry Maguire and Beavis and Butthead Do America. Every Blockbuster braced for the rush. By 6 p.m., the parking lot was full. Inside, the line stretched 15 deep. A family navigates toward the new release wall. The father reaches for one of the last copies of Jerry Maguire. Behind him, another customer reaches for the same copy. Sorry, just grabbed it. The other customer sighs and pivots to the similar title section. Tin Cup, also about sports. Close enough. The kids race toward the family section. Space Jam or 101 Dalmatians. Their mother referees. Pick one. At the checkout counter, the line moves in waves. Beep, $11.97. Due Monday. Next, beep, $8.98. Due Tuesday. Next, the cashier has been on her feet for 3 hours. She'll be here until 11 p.m. Count the drawer, lock the return bin, rewind the tapes, set the alarm. Across the store, a manager reshelves returns. Every return tape gets inspected. Is it rewound? Most aren't. Customers routinely ignore the "Be kind, please rewind" sticker. He places 20 unrewound tapes into the industrial rewinder. Mechanical clicks and whirs as magnetic heads spin backward. By 11 p.m., this store has processed roughly 850 transactions, approximately $8,000 in revenue for one Friday night. Multiply that across 4,500 stores, around 3.8 million rentals this weekend, generating $36 million. And the late fees haven't even started yet. Over the next week, another $6 to $8 million will trickle in. What nobody knew, this model had maybe 5 years left. Jerry Maguire will be one of the last massive VHS blockbusters. DVD was coming. And after that, something nobody could imagine yet. From the store floor to the Dallas headquarters on Elm Street. In this aerial photo, you can see Blockbuster's command center, a 10-story building where 800 employees manage thousands of locations. Fluorescent cubicles, ringing phones, dot matrix printers processing overnight data from every store. Each morning, district managers called in the numbers. Each afternoon, buyers negotiated with Hollywood studios. Orders of 100,000 VHS copies gave them leverage no competitor could match. In this organizational chart from a 1996 annual report, 47 distribution centers moving millions of tapes every week. Partnerships with every major studio. What they couldn't see, customer resentment was building. And in Silicon Valley, Netflix was about to launch with a radically different promise. No late fees, ever. But beneath the Friday night excitement, customer resentment was quietly building. In consumer surveys from 1997, late fees ranked as the #1 complaint. For every family enjoying Jerry Maguire on Saturday night, another discovered a $40 charge for a tape behind the car seat. A Dallas Morning News article described the policy as a trap disguised as convenience. It was an empire built on convenience and resentment, a model that worked until someone delivered the convenience without the trap. Yet, in December 1996, none of that felt urgent. The parking lot was full. The lines were long. As we reach December 1996, Blockbuster is woven into American culture. Over 4,500 stores, $3.9 billion in revenue, 65 million members. Friday nights across America begin the same way. Drive to Blockbuster, hunt for the movie, start the weekend. This is Blockbuster at its peak. Ubiquitous, profitable, seemingly unstoppable. But the shadows were lengthening. Netflix would launch in 4 months. DVD players would drop below $200 within 2 years. Broadband was rolling out. Within 5 years, everything would be different. Within 10, Blockbuster would file for bankruptcy. Sometimes when I look at these images of those blue and gold shelves, of families browsing on Friday nights, I wonder if anyone sensed how fragile it was. They were building an empire on VHS tapes and late fees, magnetic tape that degraded, retail leases that locked them in, and customer resentment that simmered. Yet they built it with confidence. These blue carpeted aisles and yellow shelf talkers are the DNA of how millennials and Gen X learned to choose entertainment. Tactile, social, anticipatory, communal. That feeling of browsing, of Friday night possibility, that didn't die with Blockbuster. We've just translated it into streaming queues and algorithms. But it's not quite the same. Thank you for stepping into 1996 with me. Next, we're walking into Toys R Us in 1999. 1,544 stores, $11 billion in sales, and the last great toy rush before Amazon. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Until next time, step into the peak.
Look at this one. Mom, can we get this?
Sure, buddy. And maybe this. Need any help?
Wow, look at that. I can't get it.
Next episode, more 1999 adventures.